Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Board of Education meeting. I'm sorry for the delay in our start. I'd like to start the meeting with our Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. Dr. Yanni, I now ask for the superintendent's report.
Thank you, Ms. Castro Giovanni, and good evening, everybody. The month of November is usually a busy month, and December is just around the corner. And when you look at Oyster Bay, it seems like it's the city that never sleeps. There's always something going on every day, weekends, nights. So this month is not different at all. So we have a lot of accomplishments. So in sports, Oyster Bay Athletics has just concluded a very successful fall season with several of our teams winning league, conference, Nassau County championships. The girls field hockey team was undefeated league champions. The girls tennis team was Conference 3 champions. And the girls volleyball team won the Nassau County Class C championship for the second year in a row. So congratulations. It was quite impressive. The boys cross-country team was undefeated during the regular season. They went 14-0, and they were champions. They finished 8th at the New York State Championship this past weekend in Verona, New York, and I know that Mr. Bramoff was there to cheer them on together with our teachers and coaches. And one cross-country runner, Chris Tarduno, is having one of the best individual season in school history. Chris has a long list of accomplishments. He was Nassau County Class 3 champion, winner of the state qualifying race, finished 5th at the New York State Championship in Verona, New York, and Chris has been invited in the New York State Federation Championship this weekend at Wappinger Fall. Did I pronounce it that right? Never heard it. He's just the second runner in school history to be invited to that event. It's quite impressive. I've seen him running. Unbelievable. So we're going to have a full ceremony and invite all the teams back in December, so stay tuned. But I just didn't want to not mention all these major accomplishments. In art, we had 3 Oyster Bay High School students recently had their work accepted into the Art Guild Nassau County High School Art Student Jury Competition and Exhibit. We had senior Grace Maldonado, Paige Sweeney, and Eva DeAngelis. I think Eva is here with us tonight. Yes, all right. Congratulations. We're so proud of you. The musical review on November 4th, we had the 7th and 8th grade students under the direction of Mr. Flood and Ms. Mueller presented an original musical review titled Back to School. It was great. We had the students worked on the Bayman backstage under Mr. Dolan's supervision, provided theatrical lights and sound, and Ms. Rondazzo, students provided stage crew, provided all the props and the scenery, and served us as a crew for the show. The student and dedication was quite remarkable, and it's great because it gives us sort of an entrance to this coming weekend, which we're very excited to have some of our students here tonight with the new musical Mohana Jr. that is coming up. So we'll have our students just give a little preview to the board in a few seconds. But congratulations to the 7th and 8th grade. I'm sure passing by the front of the school, you saw all the flags in the last couple of days, and we had the 7th annual Oyster Bay High School Field of Honor ceremony. It's a great ceremony. I never had it before, and when I came to Oyster Bay, it was something quite impressive to have all the veterans and honor their service. We had all the students out there, and it was very moving. And we had one of our teachers talk about the husband that is doing a service, and it was moving to hear her story and everything that she's going through with our family. So congratulations again to all the students who participated, and Mr. Caputo with the Interact Club. So congratulations. Some of the good news, you're probably looking at the social media, we have worked with our PR firm to revamp our website, so hopefully you see a more friendly website to get all the information. So we're very excited about that. I know that Mr. Farina has been working with all the administrators for the past couple months to just get everything set. So creating a new website sometimes is a lot of work, but hopefully the community will appreciate and find all the information readily available. Before I pass the microphone to Ms. Raynor, Deputy Superintendent, Thanksgiving is just a few days away, and this is the holiday that we reflect on all the blessing that we have. As I complete my second year as the Superintendent of Schools here in Oyster Bay, I'm grateful for the work that our students are doing, the support that our teachers and staff administrators are providing, and to make really Oyster Bay the best place to work and learn every single day. I also want to thank the board and say thank you for all their support. It's been a pleasure to serve you as your superintendent, and it is an honor, a privilege for me every single day to work with the students and with the staff. So I thank you for that opportunity. I'm grateful every single day of what you have done for me and my family. So on behalf of the entire administrative team, I want to wish the board happy Thanksgiving and everybody a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving. So hopefully you have a great time, quality time with family and friends, well deserved, and then we getting into the concerts and all the good stuff that is coming in the month of December. So at this point, I'm going to pass the microphone to Ms. Raynor to give a little update on all the wonderful work that we have been doing this summer. I haven't done much other than look around, but I think there's a lot of work done, and we are on schedule. I want to say on budget and all good.
On schedule and on budget, that's a good way to be. So yes, thank you very much. I'm very excited tonight to show you some of the updates we've done. It has been a lot of work. I feel very fortunate that I get the privilege to show you some of the nice pictures of all the hard work that I've had, not only Dr. Yanni, myself, but the entire administration team, the head custodians. There's a lot of work that goes into the preparation of this. So I just fortunately get to show you some nice pictures of it. So starting with what Dr. Yanni just said, we are on schedule, on budget. We are finishing up phase 1 with the turf field. I'll show you pictures in just a second. And working on the preparation for phase 2, hopefully going up to SED very shortly to have our approvals to start the work by July 1 of 2023. So starting with the high school turf fields in phase 1, just to go through a quick little timeline of it, here's the original grass field showing into the dirt you can see the drainage in each of the top corners, moving right into the rock layer that goes underneath the actual carpet. And one of my personal favorites, when we actually had the carpet laid about, not on Dr. Yanni's birthday, a little bit later, but we do have the carpet laid down now, and they're working on a lot of the fine details, which are hand sewn in. So one of which you can see here is the light and dark green alternating through each of the yard markers, and the logo, which has now been installed and sewn into the center of the field. All the numbers are sewn in. And as we have previously discussed, it is lined for multi-sport, football, field hockey. The girls softball, you'll see, is kind of to the left on this picture, off screen. Soccer, field hockey, I might have missed a few, but it is a multi-sport lined field. So we are very excited. We are right to the finishing touches of that, hopefully to have a nice opening in the spring for all the spring sports to hit the ground running on it, literally. Moving into phase 2, like I said, we're right in the final planning of it, and I appreciate everybody's hard work in getting us ready. We are looking to break ground July 1 for this. I have gone through some of these pictures in the past, so if you want to see more details, please look back on September 20th board agenda and also on August. There was some more detailed pictures on both of those. Here you can see the flexible space that is behind the existing library right now. That is a conference room and a storage space. Will be flexible space for different instructional techniques that the students will be able to go in. You can see the glass walls towards the middle back of the screen do open up to allow two smaller areas, one smaller area if you combine them, and then completely open up to have the whole space wide open for students of different size groups working together. Off to the right, you see some different seating as well as some storage along the back for some of the robotics that have been working on. Our oversized robotics will have storage space to be locked up there, as well as other technical pieces in there. This is the same space behind the library, but just looking backwards towards where the camera angle was just coming from. Again, you can see those glass walls, and here you can actually see the one going down the middle of the glass. All of those can be retractable. The other space that is going to be transformed is the second floor in the front of the building along Main Street. There are currently 3 classrooms that will be transformed into some 21st century classrooms, one of which, as you've seen Mr. Dallin with his crew here, the broadcasting studio, which we are very excited to get students in there. They're not even waiting for the studio. They've been hitting the ground running this year with some of the work that they've been doing. Hopefully you've been following us along. So here you can see the green screen and the news station along the front of it. This is the same front of the building, looking back towards the other way. These 2 classrooms are transformed into a flexible instructional space where either one class, 2 classes can push in, and students can work in flexible seating. As we all know, even my 13-year-old home does not sit at his desk. He sits on his floor, on his bed, and on the couch anywhere he needs to. So this will allow students to be able to work in all size different groups, or the glass walls you see in the middle of the screen, again, are retractable, so multiple classrooms can come together and work collaboratively. Also, starting July 1 will be the main entrance to the high school right now, which has a very shallow overhang. This is going to provide the architectural from the front of the building to match our main entrance off McCoon's Lane, and also provide a little bit more of an overhang as you approach the building from the weather or anything else. This is a rendering of how it's going to look, and again, the image on the top left is the vocabulary of the architecture from the front of the building that will now be brought into the front entrance. Over at Vernon, each of the buildings will have work done this summer. So over at Vernon, we have an expanded space for the cafeteria. Those of you at Vernon know it's a little bit of a smaller space, so we're going to be expanding it a little bit and updating it to provide, again, some different seating. You see some booth seating along the back and some flexible seating towards the middle of it. So I'm very excited for the students at Vernon to have that space. That construction will take a little bit longer because it is a building extension, so although it will start July 1, it will take about a year to complete that project. Also at Vernon, which as we've seen with the increase to the orchestra program, will be an increase to the music space over there. So morning band and things can be in their own dedicated musical space. So to the far left of the screen, you can see where the current basketball and current playground are will be moved to the back of the building. And then you can see that extension is built there with the, Ms. Gigliopac, correct me if I'm wrong, G-clef, correct? There we go. So the G-clef right on the front of the building. So we have that as well. At TR, last but not least, as Dr. Yanni explained as we were proposing the bond, the building does need an extension for more instructional space. This space is off to the back of the building towards that playground that is existing, is staying in place. This will provide additional classroom space, support rooms for all different instructional needs to be able to get the students better instructional spaces. That's a view from the other side. Again, very much, those of you who know TR, it looks a little bit like the kindergarten entrance. They're matching the same architecture of the kindergarten entrance to this entrance as well. Thank you, and I look forward to continuing to update you throughout the year.
Thank you, Ms. Raynor. When we're talking about accomplishments, our accomplishments don't just end in our schools, but they are going even outside. So I'm going to have Mr. Cronin just give an update on some of the accomplishments of our students.
So I'd like to congratulate 2 of our students who graduated this year, class of 2022, which would be Ryan Feldman and Ariana Wolfen. They both just graduated boot camp, so they are proudly United States Marines right now. I don't know where Ryan Feldman's going to be stationed, but Ariana is going to San Diego. So she'll be there for about 7 months. So congratulations to both of them.
Congratulations again, great accomplishment. So at this point, I would like to invite to the podium Miss Erica Giopac, our Director of Music and Art.
Well, I am not a math person, but I do have some numbers to share with you tonight. There are 433 students enrolled at Vernon, and in this year's musical and our production of Moana Jr., there are 76 student actors, 2 casts. There are 22 5th and 6th grade crew members, and 24 3rd and 4th grade members who help with the painting and the set design of the musical. So that makes 122 students, which is 28% of Vernon's population participating in this production.
That's great.
It's amazing. So as they say, it really does take a village, and it is amazing what goes into just a 1-hour production that you see on stage. So before we bring our incredible students to the stage, I want to take this opportunity to publicly thank all of those who have worked so very hard on this production. I want to thank the Board of Education, who support each and every one of our endeavors, our central administration, our building administrators at Vernon, Dr. Vacchio and Ms. Manuzzo, the clerical support staff at Vernon, the custodians, and of course, our production team, who is going to wave to you here tonight. We have Ms. Chiapardi, the director and choreographer of the production. We have Ms. Kemp, the assistant director of the production. Mr. Kostidis, the musical director of the production. And we have Mr. Dolan, who is helping with lights and sound for the production. And we have Ms. McDonald, who advised the student crew and production team. So please join us this Friday if you are available, or Saturday at 7 p.m. at Vernon for what I know will be a magical night. And at this time, I would like to welcome Ms. Chiapardi to the podium.
Good evening, everyone. We are so excited to be here tonight. I have brought with us 7 of our student performers who are beaming and cannot wait to show you something they've been working on. So tonight they're going to perform the finale, not to start with the end, but why not? The finale of our show, and I would like to invite them up. So I'm going to say their names and the parts they're playing for us, okay? We have Brianna Ortiz, Pua. Maddie Callie, Hey Hey. Emma Kim, who is playing Moana and Grandma Tala. Vivian Stanziali, Moana and Grandma Tala. Jojo Ferry, Maui. Theo Mitchell, who is Chief Tui. And certainly never last but least, Georgina Placella, Sina.
Master Wayfinder, why don't you take it from the start?
We read the wind in the sky when the sun is high. We sail the length of the seas on the ocean breeze. At night we name every star. We know where we are. We know who we are, who we are. Away, away, we set a course to find a brand new island that we run. Away, away, we keep our island in our mind. And when the times are fine, away.
And voyaging began across the Great Pacific over 1,000 years, all thanks to the bravery of one girl.
We set a course to find a brand new island that we
So as you can all see, they make our job easy. We are very blessed to have this program at Vernon, and they are so thankful for this opportunity. It really feeds, as somebody who directs the high school show, you can see how it just feeds the learning and the exposure and the confidence. These kids get on stage and they just shine. So we don't want you to forget, in all of your folders, you have the codes, the promo codes, to please join us Friday or Saturday night. We would love to have you. And thank you so much for having us with you tonight.
Thank you all so much, and what a talented group of students we have in this district. Can't wait to see the show. Thank you.
I have one question. Who designed the T-shirts? They're fantastic.
Well, the front comes from MTI, which is who we get the shirts from, the whole program from. But I found the back online, and I really liked it. So we paid for the back.
Any other questions, comments? No? Great, thank you. Thank you all so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Now we will move on to the approval of the minutes. A motion to approve the meeting minutes as listed and attached below. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
A second? Thank you. Any questions? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. We'll now move on to opportunity for the public to be heard on agenda items. In accordance with the open meetings law, the school board meeting where the school district business will be discussed are open to the public. The Oyster Bay East Norwich Board of Education welcomes public comment at its meetings. The Board of Education will respond to comments and/or inquiries in the appropriate manner. This portion of the meeting is designed exclusively for agenda items. A sign-in book is provided for those residents wishing to address the board. In order to be recognized, you must sign in. Each speaker will be allowed a maximum of 3 minutes. The board president will call you to the microphone in the order in which you have signed in. Public discussion is prohibited regarding matters related to an individual's reputation, privacy, or right to due process, which in some way could be violated. A second commentary period, is provided for non-agenda items prior to adjournment. We thank you for your participation and cooperation. No one has signed in to speak on the agenda items, so we'll move on to Section 6. Resolved upon the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, the Board of Education of Oyster Bay East Norwich Central School District hereby approves the instructional personnel items as listed in their entirety. This goes on from 6:02 through 6.07. Do I have a motion? Second?
Second.
Any questions, comments? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. We will now move on to Section 7, non-instructional personnel items. Resolved upon the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, the Board of Education of the Oyster Bay East Norwich Central School District hereby approves the non-instructional personnel items as listed in their entirety. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
A second?
Second.
Are there any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Section 8, Special Services. Resolved upon the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, the Board of Education of the Oyster Bay East Norwich Central School District hereby approves the special services resolutions as listed in their entirety. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Any questions or comments? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. We'll now move on to new business. Can I have a motion to remove Resolution 9.06?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in agreement with removing Resolution 9.06?
Aye.
Any opposed? Oh, we're removing it.
Okay.
Yep. All opposed? So Resolution 9.06 will be removed. Resolved upon the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools of the Board of Education of Oyster Bay East Norwich Central School District hereby approves the new business resolutions as listed in their entirety. That would be Resolutions 9.02, 9.03, and 9.04, and 9.05. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Are there any questions or comments?
Just one question. The 9.06 that's being removed, that's being tabled for further information, is that correct?
Yes. Any other questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Public participation. I have that no one has signed in for public participation. No. Now, the close of the meeting. A motion to adjourn this meeting and to return to executive session to discuss matters of personnel. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you all. Thank you all for attending the meeting.
Good evening, everybody.